you, Nathan. Next question comes from Brenda Bouchard.
Hi, Brenda.
Hi, thank you for being here. My husband passed recently after living with younger onset Alzheimer's disease for 12 years. Thank you. My mother has Alzheimer's, and my sister was diagnosed last summer. By 2050, it's anticipated that 14 million Americans will have Alzheimer's or a related dementia at a projected cost of $1.1 trillion in today's dollars. So what will you do to deal with this national public health crisis that is impacting all of us?
It is. And well, the first thing you want to do, especially, and I'm so sorry for your loss what you're experiencing right now, and being a caretaker, I'm sure, and what you have seen and how hard it is. And so the first thing I think we need to do is to continue to work for a cure. That won't bring your husband back, and it won't bring your other family members back, but it is the right thing to do. And I have always been sponsors of and led some of the efforts to fund NIH research and to fund research across the country. There's been some very cool research being done actually at University of Minnesota and at Mayo. One of the things we've learned in our state, and I know Dartmouth has done some work on this as well, is that the sooner that you can detect Alzheimer's. At first that sounds, is that really an advancement? But it is, because then you can start figuring out what we can do and what's working and what's not working with these cures. So that's the first thing. As a sideline, when we were in the Ted Cruz-induced government shutdown, I gave my salary that I would have brought in to NIH for the research, because the research was being stopped to their foundation. The second thing is caretakers, and I think we should do more. As president, I would do more to help caretakers in terms of tax credits. There's so many of the caretakers that are having to leave their jobs or go part-time. There are caretakers that are in the sandwich generation. They have their parents they're taking care of, and then they still have kids. So that would be a big part of it as well. And then the final thing is a little more of the Alzheimer's Association has done such a great job with this. It's working with the community so they understand when people have Alzheimer's what that means. Because you still have people who are functioning, that are in their homes, that are going shopping, and we've done these great educational efforts around the country where people actually start understanding, how should I act? I'm a young kid as a clerk in a grocery store, a gas station, when someone comes in with Alzheimer's. And there's actual beautiful stories about how kids, even young kids, have changed their way they interact with people with that disease when they start to understand it. So that's one of the things that I love that's going on. It's a community effort at a time when our world is fractured around us with our politics. Those kinds of things are even important beyond what they do for the people with the disease.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brenda. Next question comes from Bess